Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Silver is by far the best investment. Not only does it have intrinsic value, but the amount of room it has to grow is astronomical. People don't understand silver's true value. They sleep on silver. And I think they're going to be very shocked in the upcoming years, especially once things start to kick into play. I mean, the stars have aligned, the perfect storm is here, and people don't know, or because nobody really talked about it, but silver was the number one performing asset of 2020, beating cryptos, beating Tesla stocks, beating Amazon, beating everything. But nobody talked about it. If Bitcoin would have been, or if Tesla would have been, you would have seen articles everywhere. But since it was silver, sweep it under the rug. Now, this article, which came out yesterday, is talking about why silver remains the best asset to own, and it's a steal under $30. And if you understand silver's true value, it's a steal under $50. It's a steal under $100. Because when you look at silver's actual value, when you look at the scarcity, when you look at the amount of silver needed moving forwards, when you look at the dollar's purchasing power going down, so we're going to need more dollars to buy these things, then yes, it's a steal. You can't look at $100 silver right now because by the time it hits $100, the dollar is going to be so weak, we'll need more dollars to pay for things. Just like why your grandparents, or say back in the day, a gallon of gas was 50 cents, but now it's a lot more. The same exact aspect will apply with everything else, including silver. But that's not the reason that silver prices would be rising. There's a lot of other reasons, and this article should talk about some of those. Before we jump into the article, make sure to hit the like button and comment and share this video. I've been talking about a lot of controversial stuff, and YouTube actually in 2021 has a new system which can shadow ban channels for using specific words or profanity. And I've been talking a lot about the pandemic. I don't even know if that word's allowed, but I've been seeing a lot of channels talk about it, and my views have been cut back, and it's probably why I've been shadow banned before. Even using that word itself probably could, but just like the videos and comment, it definitely helps the video grow. But anyways, the silver market has entered a consolidation period at around $28, and one fund manager says that this precious metal remains the asset to watch this year. And not just this year. We've been talking about silver for 5 years on this channel. It's been the asset to watch since back then. I don't know why it takes something like this to happen for people to finally notice it, or to finally see that maybe I should invest into silver. In a recent interview with Kitco News, Tevi Costa, partner and portfolio manager at Crescat, said the silver remains his favorite commodity as it will benefit as both industrial and monetary metal. He added that he expects it's only a matter of time before silver sees higher prices. And yes, that's obvious. We talk about billionaires who are all in on silver, talking about crazy high numbers. We're talking about guys doing mathematical equations, literally breaking down why silver should be $5,000. Not saying that it will hit that price, but it technically should if it wasn't manipulated. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. So anyways, it's a steal to be able to buy silver under $30 an ounce. And it really is. It really is a steal. If you understand silver's true value, then that should never look like something that is even pricey. $50, in my opinion at least, is something that I would never look at in the perspective of being pricey. Now, it does depend on when you got in. I mean, desensitization is it has a lot, and I mean a lot of pull on how investors strategize. And let me break it down. And I can compare this to Bitcoin the most because it has such extreme volatility and such extreme numbers that it's a perfect example. So I started investing into Bitcoin when it was like $1,500 back in like 2016, right? So most people started investing when it was around, $15,000. So for me, when it's $15,000, that seems extremely expensive, but to them, when it goes up to $18,000, that's a deal. To them, $15,000 is normal. They're desensitized to that high of a price when I started buying at a certain price, so it seems a lot higher to me. Or it can work the opposite. I started buying Bitcoin at $1,500. So $4,000 Bitcoin seems high to me, but if they bought at $10,000 and it drops to $4,000, that seems extremely low to them. So you can see how depending when you started investing could change your perception on if you think the price is high or low. And that's why I try to tell you guys, take the emotional attachment out, because regardless if you think it's high or low, has nothing to do with investing, and it has nothing to do with how much money you're going to make, because that's all an opinion, and that's all going to deter the reality of the markets and how you should be investing. That's why the VC PMI, which is a trading robot, is so successful, because it has no emotions and it can just look at things literally and invest off of the numbers instead of, the human emotions that come with investing and irrational decision making, impulse buying, panic selling, so on and so forth. Hopefully I explained that, in a way that you guys can see where I'm coming from. But anyways, Costa said that central bank officials are underestimating inflation pressures, and there are indications the rising threat will be more permanent than expected. He added that because government policies, the bottom 50% of consumers are seeing their wealth rise faster than the top half. He added that American workers are also demanding higher wages, which will lead to increased consumer demand. However, with rising demand comes inflation, he noted. And because of the pent-up consumer demand as a result of this, I'm going to start calling it this, what should I call it? Because I can't use any of those words. We'll just call it this period in time, I guess. Or for now, I'll think of something else. But Costa said that the economy is on the recipe of a shift where inflation pressures will overwhelm deflationary forces. Wow. So he added that the only thing that could change the current environment would be a major correction in equity markets, which would be deflationary. But for now, investors have to deal with the looming inflation threat, he said. It's difficult for me to even paint a deflationary environment right now. Coupled with the rising inflation pressures, Costa said the Federal Reserve will maintain interest rates at historically low levels. He added that the central bank's dual mandate to support the labor market and price stability is simply a justification to supply interest rates. This creates a supercharged environment for gold and silver. It really does. Like, when I say the stars have aligned and the perfect storm is here, I mean this. I say that because there's so many things that are happening at the perfect time to make silver explosive. It's not just one thing. It's not just two things. It's not just three things. There's so many different things, right? You can incorporate Wall Street silver with that. I mean, silver has been, it's a very small community, a very small market. So when prices start to rise or even fall, there's not a lot of, there's not a lot of social media interaction and articles and people talking about it, or it's hard to find new stackers and new investors. But Wall Street Silver has 108,000 members, and they started in like late January, a couple of months. And they all do silver raids, buying silver on the same day, and they're promoting silver in front of so many new people. They have literal billboards on highways. They have highway billboards talking about the dollar collapsing and why you should buy silver, right? I mean, that type of stuff is promoting silver, bringing new investors into it. Think about in like 5-6 years when they have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of members. That's big. It's the silver market's growing. It's becoming more mainstream, not only just from Wall Street Silver, but from the dollar itself, devaluing itself. So Costa added that the government's new green agenda will lead to further spending, and the development of green technology will need more silver. Along with maintaining low interest rates, Costa said that he also expects the Federal Reserve to maintain its bond purchase program for the foreseeable future, as it provides important stability for financial markets. Right now, capital markets are calm because they know that the Federal Reserve would step up if conditions change. While Crescat Capital is bullish on commodities, Costa said that the firm prefers to pay through market through the junior equity space. So, yeah, just some more insight on why silver is the best investment. You really can't tell me that it's not. You have articles like this that came out 7 hours ago. By the way, guys, another reason you should be subscribed is because I will always give you guys the most up-to-date information. I get most of my articles from metalsdaily.com. It literally shows every single article that comes out about silver that day. So today is 6/10, so you can see down here 6/10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 articles have came out today. I went through all of them and I picked some of the best ones to go over, the most relevant ones. And I do that on a daily basis. Every day I go to Metals Daily. This is how I make most of my videos. I look at what the most important information is. I make sure the article is a good article, or I'll pick usually like 3 or 4. I'll break them up into videos. Sometimes I'll do 2 articles in one video, kind of like I'm doing today. I'm about to go to this article. But yeah, every day I'm going to give you guys literally the best articles, the best information that's coming out about silver. Like literally, this Metals Daily is the holy grail of silver information, right? They cover every single, even YouTube video that talks about silver. They have a lot of YouTube videos on here as well. So another reason why you need to be subscribed. So anyways, rising U.S. inflation did not put pressure on silver. And this article's talking about how silver price daily, the silver price daily forecast, silver gains ground as dollar moves lower. Silver is moving towards resistance level at $28. So we know the dollar index has a direct correlation to gold and silver prices. And since the dollar index is lower, it's going to push gold and silver higher. Silver has once again failed to settle below the support of $27.50 and move back to the resistance of $27.75. And that's because the US dollar lost ground against a broad basket of currencies. The dollar index failed to settle above the resistance at the 20 EMA at 90.2 after the release of the U.S. inflation data. The inflation rate increased by 5% year on year, and that's May compared to the consensus of 4.7%. So, however, it looks that the market was prepared for even higher numbers as the U.S. dollar found itself under pressure after the release of the report, while the S&P 500 moved higher. So in case the U.S. dollar index manages to settle below the near support level at 90, it will gain additional downside, and that will be bullish for silver, right? The lower the dollar goes, it's only going to put silver higher. Gold is currently moving towards the resistance level at 1900, and if it manages to get above this, it will gain additional upside, which would be bullish for silver as well, right? And it's crazy to let's see what gold's at right now. So 1,898. So if gold breaks through 1,900, which it only needs about $2 more, that's going to further escalate gold's price because it broke through that $1,900 level. And once people see it break through 1,900, more investors come over. And that's also bullish for silver that always follows gold's prices. So it's looking like things might start to turn, right? It didn't break through the support, which means it held its ground. And now it's looking like it's pushing the resistance. So things might start to get bullish. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I'll post a link to these 2 articles in the description. If you thought this video was 1, educational, 2, informational, 3, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Post daily videos every single day, giving you guys the newest, latest, freshest information. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.